Hello, I'm Gary Slyman, President Founder of Great Transition Strategies. Today's topic, truth in your organization. Do you know who these three people are? Al McDonald, Jesse Goutron, Karen Silkwood. I'm going to guess many of you got Karen Silkwood. They were all whistleblowers for events. Al McDonald, he would not sign the paper that said it's safe to launch this Challenger space shuttle. Jesse Goutron, Wells Fargo, uncovered the fraud at Wells Fargo. And Karen Silkwood, fraud at hiding problems at a nuclear power plant, which they made a movie about. That's probably why you knew her name. Silkwood. We honor those folks because they came forward and told the truth, and we've made them heroes. One of them was even on the cover of Time magazine with a picture of one of three whistleblowers. So we honor these whistleblowers because why? Because they came out and told the truth. And it was why is it such a Herculean effort to tell the truth, particularly in these cases? Because there are consequences. So take yourself and think about in your organization, is there a truth or are there truths that you want to speak, that you've been holding your tongue on? What are the reasons that are holding you back? Mentally list the reasons. So coming forward, we look at those individuals, we said those individuals had moral courage. They came forward. They were morally courageous individuals. Is that really true? I'm going to say, yes, they were morally courageous, but did it have to be that way? So I'm going to read you a definition of moral courage, and it's from Martin Seligman. He's the father of positive psychology. So he says, let me read it to you. He calls it moral bravery. It's the force that compels an individual to do what he or she feels is right. They feel is right, regardless of fear of social or economic consequences. So they're just doing what they feel is right. So it's what they say, hey, this is what I think is right. I'm going to come forward and say something about it. So that's moral bravery, moral courage. I'm going to say, is all they're doing is living by their values. What happened in those organizations is that their value was not being fulfilled. That organization wasn't fulfilling that value. They felt, this is wrong, I'm going to do something about it. And it finally got to the point, it was so out of whack, they're saying something about it. And it cost every one of those individuals. It was very painful. It cost them. There were social and economic consequences. All right? So think about that case that you just came to. What are the reasons that you are not saying something? Think about your organization. Are there individuals that you're leading that are not saying something that should and needs to be said? Why are they not saying something? Because something is out of alignment. Something's out of alignment with their values, but there's some consequence that is they're going to hold for. They're not going to come forward because of the consequence. So how do we make people morally courageous? It's not making them morally courageous. I think it's allowing them to live in alignment with their values. It's making our organization aligned with their values, making sure that we're a good fit. So if we want a truthful organization, truthfulness, transparency needs to be one of the values. We need to educate by it, we need to model it, and we need to show it every day and reward people for doing that. So that way we get what we need and we don't have to have one of these huge crises where we have whistleblowers that we hold up on a pedestal as some kind of Hercules who made this great effort because they were morally courageous. Why don't we build an organization that allows people to be morally courageous because they're aligned with the organization? How do you do it? Model it, talk about it, educate by it. I think, so now go back, what is the issue in your organization that you're holding your tongue on? There's something there. What do you need to do to get in alignment? What are the problems that people are holding back from you? What do you need to do to make sure you get those out so those people are living aligned with their values? I think if you can identify the small things that people are not talking about, if you could find those small things, that's an indicator of a big problem coming down the road because people are afraid to speak the truth on a small thing, which is going to eventually turn into a big thing. Hope you found that helpful. I welcome the opportunity to work with you and help you build a positive culture in your organization.